Hello, team. So we are continuing with these reactions to my favorite content creators in CS. I'm trying to be a better CS player. So this guy Wilson CS2 is really good. I'm gonna tag him below, and then let's check out this new video about DONK he made.
At CS2 than this guy and this guy. You could state the obvious.
Oh, the
aim,
alpha
crosshair
hella.
placement, maybe the fact that he has 13,000 hours in the game despite being 17 years old. But I want to focus on the
Wait,
little
how
things,
does he
the
have that?
details we can pick up and steal from him. To do this, we're not going to watch one of his professional matches, but instead, a random facing.
So actually, I'm doing the donk strat on Mirage. I'm going in through connector, taking mid as CT with the smoke and a flash, like just like donk is, and it's working, man. So
Game he dominated
bet we can
last
learn
week.
a lot from this.
Before we jump in, thank you to Skins Monkey for sponsoring this video. Skins Monkey is a trusted automated CS2 trading site. It's super easy description. I want to start by saying that if you watch pro players face it games, you will not be flabbergasted by their util lineups. They mostly throw like pretty standard utility. The biggest difference really is their ability to throw utility that has impact. Here are some examples. DONK gets his teammate to drop him a nade and double nade stairs. He also does this as the mid-rotate player,
Yo, I need
which
to
allows
learn
the A
that.
player to get into A main early.
Lol.
Here, when they're taking B, DONK peeks Temple to make sure no one is scaled out, then throws the molly safely so that he can prevent getting timinged by a CT swinging Temple. There's also the fact that DONK is worried about this E-box flank from the A player, so by smoking his own molly Temple that quickly, it leaves zero gaps for the CTs to make a play from Temple, and it gives DONK a timing where he can go E-box with his teammate and clear canals. On this B rush, he throws a stupid simple molly to prevent CTs from playing towards pillar or close right as they push B main. I think in the end, a lot of players really overthink their util usage, when really it's just the basic pieces of util often
Look at
have
that.
by
Eye
far
power,
the most
4x,
impact. And that's really what I came away with
Dignitas.
from not only watching DONK but other pro players and their pugs, is that their util is simple but effective.
I wonder what this skin cost, man. That is an insane skins. All hollows. K214.
Let's talk about maybe the most
Wonder
talked
who he
about
borrowed
aspect
that
of
from.
DONK's game, his movement. Here on middle, DONK is alone but wants to prevent the T's from taking space. This first kill is simply an I'm
doing
better
a smoke
than you
like that.
moment where DONK's raw aim does its thing. Expecting the second mid player, DONK then ducks behind the doors so that he can swing out and kill the second one. He wins the second fight by 1, anticipating the second player to go for the trade, and 2, not making himself easily tradable through his movement. Later on in this round, DONK and his teammate have set up a little contact play, where if number 5 takes contact, DONK will activate and guarantee the trade. Instead,
Honestly, the Aquamarine's Revenge, that AK skin right there, looking so much better on CS2. I think I'm gonna get it and make a craft of it.
DONK says, I'm just
Here's
better,
it.
and swings it. Because DONK is right up against this wall in front of him, he's going to swing with full speed rather than a shift walk or a crouch walk peek. When you are close to walls, it's better to swing fast because the slower you are, the more your opponent can see your body before you can see them. Those two clips
I
are
actually
really
started doing
about
that myself
peeking,
as
but
well.
what about his movement
Going up
during
full
fights?
close.
This is kind of a topic
and
that
swing
isn't
out
talked
full
about all
speed.
that much because fights don't typically
I just don't
last
hit people
very
though.
long, but DONK makes them last long through his movement. DONK utilizes crouching and strafing more during fights than probably any other player I've seen. For example, let's look at the first kill of this B retake.
That's what I heard about Saivu as well, why he wins so many pistol rounds. It's because, let me turn up the mic here actually. It's because he's using strafing instead of aiming. So he just strafes
Watch
into
what he
the
does the second
heads
he sees
of
this
people.
T and takes contact. All right, I'll play it one more time. So he wide swings the angle, and then the second he sees a T, he immediately crouches and starts walking in the opposite direction of his original swing. Immediately upon seeing this, I jumped into DM and then tried to do this on like every fight I took, and the success rate is kind of insane for close and medium range fights. Long range fights, not so much.
Does
because
look
you're crouch
insane.
walking, your accuracy is pretty poor, but close, medium range fights, insane. DONK just does not stop moving. Whether it be during a fight, during a spray or just around a piece of cover, he is constantly moving and making the fight very ambiguous, very difficult for his opponents. Now look at how he moves during this spray. For this
Moving
first
and
kill,
crouching.
Donk's wide back and forth movement doesn't allow the CT to properly pre-aim him or know exactly where around this pillar he's going to take the fight. And I don't even have words for the second one.
Yo, that looked insane.
Within 21 bullets of his MAC-10 spray, Donk strafes right, left, and crouches and uncrouches twice. One thing Donk does that you should absolutely be doing is making use of your spawns. On CT's side, Donk was freed up to do this because he was playing as the mid-rotate, so he had the freedom to really go wherever he wanted to on the map at the beginning of the round. But on T side here, he gets a really good spawn for E-Box, so he's going to use that to take space quickly. Peep the movement. The CT flashes canals and peeks it, but doesn't see Donk because Donk is in such an advanced position that the CT isn't expecting him to be. So when he throws this molly and peeks with it, the CT isn't ready.
He's
for
smart,
this fight.
man.
Here on CT, Donk is given a really good spawn for B, so he's going to make use of it. Once he gets up towards Pizza, and this is the segue to the next thing I want to talk about, very smooth, I know. I want you to notice how reactive he is to the sound of this T. This is kind of a weird topic to approach because it's like, oh yeah, you hear a sound and you make a decision, obviously. But I want to, really stress to you how reactive and decisive these players are to
That hot rod, by the way, very cool stickers on that hot rod. People have crazy skins on this elo.
One pair of feet approach B main. He knows he has a 1v1 and he knows he's in a position where that T is probably not expecting him to be. So his instant reaction, no hesitation, is to swing him and kill him. Remember this E-Box clip from like a minute ago? Watch what he does after he takes this awkward fight with the pizza guy through the smoke.
Make sure he can actually stand in there.
He hears the pizza player cross from pizza towards default and then reload, which tells Donk that he has a major opportunity to take some space where he's max going to have a 1v1 fight.
Is it like a pizza? I guess it is.
If you still don't fully get what I mean, here's a third clip where there are actually two really prime examples of how sound influences the way he plays a situation. The information that Donk has as he's approaching mid is that one is an A main, and then he figures out that one is top mid because he just smoked house. After Donk hears this mid player drop towards E-Box, immediately without hesitation, Donk whips his knife out because he knows exactly what he's going to do. Now for the second kill, pay attention to the footsteps you hear from the T.
Oh, he could hear it was there. Oh, it's because of the wood, man.
Surface, Donk pre-aims the only place
insane.
that the T can be, and yes, the crosshair is just slightly off of the T, but regardless, it gives him this kill very easily. Being excellent at Counter-Strike isn't done by being good at one or two things. It's the culmination of a ton of details. And the more you pay attention to these
kind of
details,
blocked his
the more
teammate there,
you'll
right?
realize how much
But
there
still,
is to learn about this game.
Very good.
To Donk, this is just a random FACEIT game he played last week. But for us, this is details in action. Let me know if you'd like another one of these videos for different
Yes, that is his top subscribers, this one.
Subscribe, and a huge thank you to my channel members who allow me to be a goober on the internet. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Have a great
This guy is very good, man. Check him out, guys. Watch his videos. He's really good, man. When I first met you, thought you were Kato 14. Turns out your RMR investment down the drain. Now know like I buy power. You cheating on me every hour. Even though my life turns sour, I still like Cobblestone Tower. When they hear that roar from